Late periods. What are they?
Have you ever had one?
Are they real?
Who has had a late period and frantically Googled about it? Yeah.
Raise your hand if you've never had a late period. You're lying. Do you ever wear white to try to jumpstart your period?
Yeah. I was like, I'm just gonna put on this white pants.
Yeah. Do you hear me, uterus?
It usually works like a charm.
Unless you're pregnant.
Unless you're pregnant.
The symptoms between PMS and pregnancy are so similar.
First time when I got pregnant, I thought I was PMSing. It didn't even cross my mind.
Your period's late because you're stressed. You're stressed because your period's late. Do you see the circle I'm going in?
But if you're trying to conceive, stress is the enemy number one. It delays
ovulation.
or prevents your ovulation. You might be excited, but actually excitement and stress are very close in how they reflect in your body.
Tell your partner that your period is late and see how they react.
Definitely. Be prepared.
Exactly. Hello! And welcome to another incredible episode of Bellabeat Talks Wellness.
Where's the wellness?
I was hoping you were going to do it. Yeah. Okay, let's try that again. Bellabeat Talks Wellness.
That was nice.
That's okay. That's okay. We can do it again.
Wasn't that much off.
Yeah, that wasn't. I like to drop it in the end a little. Wellness.
I don't think anybody wants to hear me sing,
No,
but
well, me neither. So no, just kidding.
my baby does every
He doesn't mind it. Well, his ears are still developing.
He's the only one.
Well, welcome to this episode of BTW Bellabeat Talks Wellness. Have we got an episode for you?
Yeah.
Late periods. What are they?
Have you ever had one?
Have you had one?
How did you feel about it?
Are they real? You know? Who benefits from having a late period? No.
Well,
yeah.
That's a complex question.
Yeah, that's a complex question.
Very political right now.
Well, yeah, we'll dive into that later on another episode.
Maybe not.
But yeah, late periods. You guys, you know, whenever
that's
it comes...
the most asked question in our Facebook group.
Yep.
In all of our channels, basically.
All of our channels, yep. And it's the biggest hit within the app as well.
Exactly. The most read articles.
Yep.
In Period Diary.
Yep.
And Bellabeat Wellness Coach apps, both.
Exactly.
So
you guys are interested.
Definitely a topic that women are interested in.
Yeah.
For some reason.
What could it be?
And I think, like, who has had a late period and frantically Googled about it? Yeah, probably everybody.
Yeah, that's our
team.
Producers, our team, yeah. Like raise your hand if you've never had a late period. You're lying. No. But yeah, raise your hand. I mean, there's multiple reasons why a late period can happen.
Yeah, and it has probably happened to everybody and anybody that ever had a period.
Absolutely.
That started a period.
Exactly. Especially in those early years. Regular periods are not really a thing during puberty.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And then at the end as well.
And at the end as well, yep, during
and
perimenopause.
And then at the middle as well.
And in the middle, it's just always irregular.
Just kidding. But it can happen at any point.
Exactly.
For various reasons that we're going to talk about.
Exactly.
Right
so
now.
Why don't we get into some of those now? So the first one, of course, you know, everybody knows it. Pregnancy.
Yeah.
Pregnancy.
That one is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And I think whenever your period is late, you immediately connect it to that, and that's your first thought, whether, you know, you're happy about it or scared, you know, or not so happy about it. The first thing you think about is, oh my God, am I pregnant?
Well, I mean, even without sexual relations.
Exactly.
Still think
Did I get pregnant on the pool?
Yeah. Did I sit on something?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like
on the public toilet?
But really. Yeah, and that's always the first thing your mind goes to.
Do you know that you can get pregnant without penetration?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
It's not like in the pool or something, but if there's an ejaculation near your vagina, like if it spills into your vagina without the penetration,
you
can get pregnant.
Yeah, that's true. It's
very hard, but not impossible.
Exactly. So remember that.
So remember that when you're doing funny business. Be careful.
Because it can happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think one of the most messed up things about pregnancy and having your period be late is that the symptoms between PMS and pregnancy are so similar. Yeah, but there is usually one sign that gives it away that it is pregnancy, which is implantation bleeding. However, that doesn't happen to everybody.
It's not always, yeah.
And it's not always. And sometimes you have breakthrough bleeding. And so even that's not a guaranteed sign that you're pregnant or not.
Yeah, it's best to do a pregnancy test.
Absolutely.
But this is exactly what happened to me the first time when I got pregnant. I thought I was PMSing.
Oh, that's right.
Remember? I even did that TikTok. Oh, just walking away my PMS symptoms. I was actually pregnant.
Yeah.
I never, it didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But, it's very similar. Bloating, mood swings.
Tender breasts.
Low energy. What else?
I mean, even,
a lot of it.
Ugh.
It can happen with acne as well.
Uh-huh.
I had all of these symptoms, and I have them anyways during my PMS periods all the time, so I was sure.
It was just PMS again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then my periods are really regular, so then when it was 2 days late, I was already suspicious.
Yeah.
But before that, I was sure it's just PMS.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, I saw on TikTok, a lot of people had the same
experience.
Yeah.
Do you ever wear white to try to jumpstart your period?
Yeah.
I
was I'm just gonna put on this white pants.
Yeah. White pants.
White pants.
Do you hear me, uterus? Do you hear me?
Definitely try that.
Yeah.
Works like a charm.
Usually
works like a charm.
Unless you're pregnant.
Yeah. But what about cryptic pregnancies? When you still have periods. A little bit off topic, but still very scary.
I know somebody that had a cryptic pregnancy. She was dating this guy I know. She went to school with me, and she was dating this guy. They broke up, and then 9 months later, she was on Instagram,
oh
"I had a baby,"
God.
and people were "WTF? What happened?" Yeah, and she's cryptic pregnancy. Yeah,
it's crazy. It doesn't show.
Doesn't show at all.
They might have periods, or it's in people that don't have regular periods,
Exactly.
and they're just okay, that's nothing.
No, she had periods, regular periods. They were just lighter than usual.
Oh my God.
So and she was just oh, it's just hormonal changes.
And she wasn't showing.
She wasn't showing at all.
The craziest thing that I find is they don't feel the baby kicking.
Yeah.
Because babies kick hard, especially in late pregnancy. After 8 months, they start kicking really hard. How do you not feel that? What do you think? That's gas?
Maybe. That's
kicking you in the bladder?
It's a bladder infection.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
The freakiest part
that really
for me.
is. Yeah.
I mean, you can feel them hiccuping.
Normally you can.
Yeah.
But not everybody feels that, though.
Yeah,
I guess.
But that was a little bit off topic.
A little off topic, yeah. That can also cause
not late pregnancy.
Late pregnancy.
Late periods. Back to late periods.
But something that goes kind of hand in hand with late periods, and I call it kind of the cycle of doom, which is stress. Stress delays your period. Your period's late because you're stressed because your period's late, your period's late because you're stressed because your period's late. Do you see the circle I'm going in?
Yeah, basically you're just going crazy.
Exactly. And you're why is my period late? You take a pregnancy test, it's negative, why is it still not here?
Has it ever happened to you?
Yeah. For stress especially.
Yeah, for me as well.
Yeah. The last time I was planning a trip with my family.
Okay.
And I was just stressed because I was planning it all. It was, a Euro trip with my mom. And so I was just planning everything and I was just stressed. But I mean, it's normal. Once I realized I was stressed and then I was okay, it's just stress and I'm not
But you can't help it.
Yeah.
Then you get more stressed.
And then I got more stressed, yeah. Even after tests saying that they were negative, I was no, I don't believe it. Went to the doctor. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I was you're going to tell me, for sure. And after 8 tests.
Check it.
Check it. $100.
Oh, my God.
I should invest stock in pregnancy tests. Just.
Clear blue.
Yeah, clear blue stocks.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
but stress has a huge effect on it because it messes with your hormones, because it messes with just the chemistry within your brain. It messes with
all the other functions in your body.
all the functions of your body. Like, it just stalls them. It slows the process of everything.
Yeah.
And that includes your cycle. So, when you're stressed, you can expect you can't expect a late period. It's not
uncommon.
It's not uncommon at all. And a lot of people forget that they were stressed, like during their cycle, middle of their cycle.
Because it's a normal thing now with everybody.
With everybody.
We're stressed all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, so basically how stress affects you on your cycle is that it delays your ovulation or even prevents you from ovulating. That's why stress is also your worst enemy if you're trying to conceive. That's why a lot of times before people start IVF, doctors say, like, go for a vacation or, take a time off from your work to see if not being stressed is going to kickstart your normal hormonal balance and help you ovulate better.
Interesting.
So that's why your period is actually delayed.
Yeah.
It doesn't delay your period. It delays
ovulation.
or prevents your ovulation, and then your cycle is prolonged or, totally messed up.
Yeah. The more you know, people.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Stress is the enemy number one for women.
The number one
today.
enemy of women. Yeah.
But we now already have two major reasons for delayed periods. So pregnancy and stress. And then the third one, which is also, I wanted to say, affects women more than men. It's like we're just talking.
Yeah, of course it affects women. That's okay.
But weight loss.
Weight loss. Okay.
Weight loss.
Yeah. That's a huge one. Yeah.
Yeah. So drastic weight loss or really rapid weight loss.
Or weight gain even.
Or weight gain. But I think it's a little bit more common with weight loss.
Okay.
And especially with women playing with all these diets like keto or intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Or things like that are not designed for women.
Yeah.
They can cause their bodies to have a disrupt hormonal balance due to their diet and rapid weight loss. And that's, again, what prevents you or delays your ovulation and then makes your period late.
Okay. Or makes you lose your period altogether.
Or makes you lose your period altogether for a period of time.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah.
So again, be careful with that and think about your diet. If your period is late, think about whether you've lost weight or gained weight or if you've done anything differently with your diet.
Yeah. I mean, anything different with your routine, really.
Yeah.
Because
it's a disruption.
It's a disruption, yeah. And so that could lead us into our fourth reason why it's late, a change in routine.
Yeah.
I mean, even, new job, there's stress there. There's excitement there. Working out, there's stress there. There's excitement there. Starting new diet, maybe you're trying to do power ingredients and incorporate those more into it. And there's a little bit of stress there. There's a little bit of excitement there and stuff. But these things that you do, these changes in your routine have a psychological effect on you, which can have an effect on your period.
Your body.
Or on our body, exactly. Which again goes to ovulation and either delaying it or not having it all together.
Yeah,
so
we often think that if we're not consciously stressed, if we're not thinking about it, that we're not stressed. But it doesn't mean that our body is not feeling the effects of the same effects as when you are consciously stressed.
Yeah.
Your body is still stressed, even though you feel kind of like mentally fine.
You may be okay, yeah.
You might be excited about things.
Yeah.
But actually excitement and stress are very close in how they reflect in your body.
So those are the four. We have the four. And then the fifth one, I would say, it's a really big one, is...
sickness and medications.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Exactly. Sickness and medications. If you're ill, if you have a fever, if you're, allergies even, like just really bad allergy flare-up. I know when my allergies flare up really bad, especially in the spring, my cycle changes.
I mean, again, whatever disrupts your hormonal balance and your normal bodily functions. So I guess that can be anything but disease or illness, and medication are major factors.
They all fall in there. Absolutely.
Disruption.
And so sometimes the IUD prevents ovulation altogether. Especially in the beginning, and it can get rid of your period altogether. Or it can cause irregularities, but like them to be late.
Yeah.
But also, medications for, diabetes, depression, anxiety,
Yeah.
SSRIs, SSNIs, all of those can have a really big effect on your ovulation, which causes a late period.
It's very individual, it seems. I mean, I would put contraceptives in another category because they are kind of designed to disrupt your your cycle in, in a certain way, one way or another. But the rest of the medications, you normally do not expect it to mess with your cycle, but it can help happen, especially at the beginning when you start taking a new medication. But again, it totally depends on the medication.
Yeah.
So it's always good to discuss it with your doctor.
Absolutely.
If you're concerned.
Yeah. And so if your period is late, you can go through some of these reasons why, and you can do a really cool reflective exercise.
You know what's another cool thing you can do?
What?
In Period Diary, you can open Health Assistant.
Yeah.
And ask her.
I was just about to say that, actually. I've
been abusing that feature ever since we launched it.
You're lucky you're a premium member.
My whole pregnancy knowledge is based on that.
That's awesome.
Amazing how quickly you get the answers that you're looking for.
Exactly. So we have a new Health Assistant, which is an AI powered feature within our app. And so you can ask it anything about your cycle. Your Health Assistant takes your data into consideration if you want her to.
Yeah, not just cycle, but health-related topics.
Yeah.
Cycle and pregnancy more specifically.
Yeah.
There's stuff for trained for that.
Yeah.
And it gives really good answers.
It does.
Compared to Googling stuff, it's so much better because it's so much more personalized, based on your previous inputs and data and everything, and just the way it formulates answers is so much more clear and less confusing.
Yeah. Well, these answers are also based on the most recent science and the most recent research.
Exactly.
Whereas whenever you Google something, you have to think about who's paying to get in that top spot.
It's based on SEO optimization.
SEO optimization, exactly.
Yeah. So it's different.
Yeah. So when you're Googling something, you may very well not be getting the answers that you need.
You get sponsored content or old content that is just ranked better than the new content.
Exactly.
But with this type of AI-powered tools, it's very selective and it's amazing how well it works.
It's an incredible feature.
It's an incredible feature.
It really is. I've learned a lot more about my endometriosis through this feature. It's just helped me with my symptoms and what they mean. I love it.
It still doesn't replace a doctor's advice.
Of course not.
It's not intended for diagnostics.
No.
Or replacing your medical care provider.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a great tool to have to get some quick answers.
Based on you.
On topics that are related to women's health.
It's better than Google. I said it. It's better than Google. There you go.
Definitely.
I would say that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I found on Reddit some fun stories about people with late periods. And I know how old am I? I'm 35 now.
Not yet.
Oh, yeah. Just a little bit longer.
Just a couple of more days.
35. But that's okay. So I'm 35 and I've probably had a lifetime of late periods. If my...
I was expecting you're going to say the exact number of periods you've had so far.
Oh, yeah, no. Just a lifetime of late periods.
I've already had, I don't know how many... 1,300 periods, out of which...
Yeah. Out of which 1/3 were... No. The only time I've been super regular was when I first started living in sync with my cycle. But now because of a medication I'm on, I don't ovulate, but I'm still living in sync with my non-ovulating cycle, which is cool. But
which is still very good.
And it's very helpful.
Health supportive.
Yep. It's helped me a lot, especially with... because I still get mood swings sometimes and cravings. PMS still hits. Go figure. But it's helped with that. But that's not where I was going with that. I was going somewhere else with it. Oh yeah, I've always had a healthy period. But when it comes to late periods, I know all about it. Like I said, I invested stock in Clear Blue. So because anyway, I buy Ada period. Anyway, okay. So what's your scariest my period is late story? So we went on Reddit and we found a couple of fun stories. 1 to 10, how scary is this, right? I had unprotected sex with 2 different guys in 1 week.
10 scary.
10 scary. Already, yeah. I have a regular period, but this one was late. And when it came, it was super light and dark. Every Google search led to implantation bleeding. Needless to say, I freaked. But not pregnant. I was lucky and relieved. So that implantation bleeding versus like breakthrough bleeding. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it can be really confusing.
It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very similar. I didn't have it the first time around. I had it this time around.
Did you?
Just like a little bit.
Yeah. What was the color of it?
It was brown.
Oh.
And then it was a little bit light pink.
Okay. Yeah, they say light pink is the...
But I also had another issue why I might be bleeding. So it was like I might have bled. So it was very confusing why I was bleeding. But it was a totally scary situation because I knew I was pregnant. And I wanted to be pregnant.
Yeah.
And bleeding in pregnancy is never
a good thing.
And I mean, it's never a not stressful thing.
Okay, yeah.
So
makes sense.
So I guess like this implantation bleeding or whatever bleeding, like when you're not supposed to be bleeding or not the way you're supposed to be bleeding is scary in any scenario.
Absolutely.
So yeah, definitely weird.
Yeah. And yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't look anything like a regular period.
Is the consistency different?
It's just the amount is different. That's the first thing. And then the color as well, because when you're on your period, the period is fresh. It's fresh blood, right? So it's really like as if you've cut your hand almost.
Oh,
right?
wow, okay.
But this is kind of like either old blood, so it's brown, or
Makes
it's just very light, basically it's discharge colored with blood, so it's pink.
So it's pinkish. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the signs you look for whenever you have implantation bleeding. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that to my list of things to check for. So yeah. Just a few weeks after losing my virginity, I was suddenly constantly exhausted. My breasts felt really heavy and sore. And my period was late by 2 weeks. There we go.
Just after losing virginity, 100 scary.
Yeah, 100 scary. My then boyfriend and I had, of course, used a condom, but in my mind I thought it was my own shitty luck that the condom broke and we failed to notice. After agonizing over it for another 2 weeks, so this is a month now, I told myself that the next day after work I would buy a pregnancy test and figure out what to do from there. Okay, but you don't have to wait a month before buying a pregnancy test. You can even buy the ones before a missed period, up to 5 days before your missed period.
Yes.
So those are fine. But as soon as you miss a period,
Yeah, why wait for 2 more weeks?
Why wait?
I don't know, it's just...
Well, here we go. Lo and behold, I wasn't pregnant, and 5 minutes later, I started my period.
See? See? Once you've let go of that fear and stress, maybe white pants as well sometimes help. Yeah. And that's it.
That's it. Period comes like that.
Period comes.
She's like, oh, you rang?
Like,
oh, you just spent $8 on a pregnancy test, and here I come.
Exactly.
Joke's on you.
Oh my God.
When I was 16 and missed my period for 4 months straight. I was 16 and I missed my period for 4 months straight. My then boyfriend, now husband, and I were scared shitless, and we thought that I was pregnant. Turns out I wasn't pregnant. I just have PCOS. Yeah.
There's like
so
mixed feelings.
Yeah. She's like, I don't want to be pregnant,
but I also don't want this.
Yeah.
But again, like, hard. Why did you wait for 4 months before you?
No, she didn't. She
checked?
This is a different one. This is the 16-year-old. Yeah,
but she said she was.
She was. Oh, she missed her period for 4 months straight. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
What were you thinking?
Yeah.
Like you've had 4 months to do a
16-year-olds,
Yeah, but still.
Still, yeah.
Just do a test.
Yeah, just do a test. Go to the doctor.
I mean, preferably go to your gyno.
Yeah. But if you can't.
That's the best option.
Yeah, but if you can't, buy a test.
Get a test.
Yeah.
Any pharmacy. Ooh. I think they have them at gas pumps as well.
Yeah. And yeah. Just a little off topic, but never be embarrassed to buy a pregnancy test. Those people see everything every day, and I promise you, somebody's buying something weirder, and they're not going to remember you. So don't be embarrassed to buy that pregnancy test. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's
for sure. Or condoms.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's absolutely another thing. Endometriosis, PCOS, these
can obviously
conditions.
delay your periods.
Absolutely.
I mean, after you've found out you've had it for the first time, then after that you already know. But the first time it can be scary.
Absolutely.
Like what's going on. But hopefully you get that checked before 4 months pass.
Yeah.
Just go immediately.
Yeah, just immediately do it.
Just go see what's going on.
All right, last one. The scariest my period was late story that I found. Let's just say I currently have a 6-year-old child.
Yeah, scary.
Scary.
So that's the story.
That's the story. That's the story. Yeah.
That one's scary.
For some people, you know, for others, it's a blessing.
It was similar with me the first time.
But yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head, and I remember what you said, just that overwhelming responsibility that came over. Yes, that is kind of scary.
I cried a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must admit. I was in shock. Yeah. I mean, I'm very happy now.
Yeah.
And I was very happy just after that shock kind of.
But there's so much that just comes out of you. It's not just a baby that comes out during birth. It's emotions. It's everything. Yeah. So yeah, but
even if you've wanted a child, because like I knew I want a kid at some point.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't. You know, I wasn't prepared for it to be right now.
Yeah.
So I guess it happens with a lot of people. Like you want a kid, but maybe not right now.
Yeah.
Or it's just like you're not thinking about it, and then your period's late, and you're like, oh no.
Oh shit. What's happening?
Yeah, that's scary.
My period's late.
You know what? It's never perfect time, I guess.
No, it's not.
It's better to just jump in.
I mean, yeah, if you're planning that.
Preferably with the right partner. That's more important than timing.
I agree.
Way more important than timing.
I agree with that, yeah.
So as long as that's fine,
yeah,
you're good.
A good way to test them is to tell your partner that your period is late and see how they react.
Definitely.
That's my motto, though. If I have to stress about it, then my partner's going to stress about it with me. Like, I'm not going through this alone.
Mine didn't. He was super happy.
Yeah, that's cute. That's like cute.
Super happy.
Yeah.
He was excited. So that helped.
Yeah.
But you have conversations, you know what? Have this kind of conversations before there's any chance of a late period.
That's true.
Before you've had sex. Especially unprotected sex.
That's a very important conversation.
Have these conversations with people.
What do you want to do if this happens? Yeah.
Be prepared. Because after it's done, I guess it's done.
Yeah. In certain states.
Yeah. But even with a choice, it's a hard choice.
It is. It's not an easy one.
You don't want to be faced with that choice if it's not necessary.
If it's not necessary, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't, I'm happy that I've never had to go that route because I think it's a very, very hard choice.
It's a very serious choice.
I think that's what people who are against choice don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You heard it. Well, if you guys have any stories about your late periods and the scariest things that happen, or if you want to invest with me in clear blue stock, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm interested.
Let me just get your bank account information. Yeah. But please comment your stories. We love whenever you guys reach out and share with us. And if there's anything you want to know more about late periods, about, maybe more about the chemistry behind it, let us know. And we can definitely research that and get into it and use it as insights for the app as well. So you guys are staying all informed.
If you have any suggestions for content that you're interested in that you want us to add to Period Diary or Bellabeat Wellness Coach, or that you want us to discuss in our Facebook group,
just bring it up.
Yeah, bring it up.
Absolutely.
We love that.
We do. And we love hearing from you guys. We love talking to you guys. So please communicate with us. Sorry, I sound like a desperate ex. Okay. Anyway, thanks for joining us and have a good one, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.